Welcome, folks. I'm Jabby Kawai, joined by Achara Kirk.
What's up?
We're looking at how Spider-Man should have ended from how it should have ended, the YouTube channel. Thank you, How It Should Have Ended, for allowing us to react to this. Very, very much appreciate it. Y'all, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, please, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. While you're subscribing and upvoting, subscribe to How It Should Have Ended. If you haven't done that already, there's a link in the description below for the original video that we're about to look at if you want to give it an upvote. Here we go.
We combine the genetic information from all 3 spiders into these 15 genetically designed super spiders.
There's 14.
I beg your pardon?
One's missing.
Huh. I guess the researchers are working on that one.
Here's a bright idea.
Why
Why don't we make sure and locate this extremely important genetically altered super spider instead of just assuming someone else has got it taken care of while we walk a bunch of unprofessional teenagers through this insanely expensive research facility?
Ugh, fine.
There it is. Giant web towards the ceiling and everything.
Ooh, you really saved us.
That does seem quite careless, but then you have no Spider-Man.
Exactly.
You need mistakes to happen in order for the movies to happen.
Great job, new guy. You keep that up, you're really gonna go places.
I need that money.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Hey, Peter, how was
No time to explain. Go on, Uncle Ben.
Peter, did you steal some money?
No, Uncle Ben, I earned it. Just drive,
Now,
drive.
Peter, we need to talk about
You little punk! Get back here! Shoot that guy!
All right, here we go.
I'll kill you!
What the heck was that? Peter Parker just sped by in some kind of getaway car. I know, but why? I'm not sure, but it doesn't surprise me. Let's just say he's been making a lot of poor decisions lately. What do you mean? Have you seen this?
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Oh.
I have actually thought a lot about that. Every time I hear that joke come up in one of the Tobey Maguire videos, I'm like, oh boy, that's not cool anymore.
You can't say that.
You can't say jokes like that
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
It's like, it's interesting how that wasn't that long ago and it's not okay.
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah.
Was it 20 years? It hasn't been 20. Has it been 20 years?
Hasn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look it up, but damn.
Suddenly, Jabby's having an existential crisis. You're like, oh my God.
Well,
We're that old?
I was also thinking about that scene and how he ran off with the money. I'm like, oh yeah, he could have totally done that. I mean, he is Spider-Man. He could have taken that guy out who was managing all the stacks of dollars and whatnot. So if you're gonna go so far as to like let another dude get away with the money, why wouldn't you do it yourself? I mean, it's equally immoral.
Well, yeah, no. Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, one feels less bad guy-ish, you know?
Yeah, because you're not actively doing something. You're just allowing someone to get away. It's like, well, it's not my responsibility, so.
Yeah, we could have gone after the guy and be like, hey, that sounds like a good idea. Let's share it.
I think I have a superhero stalker.
I was in the neighborhood.
You sound exactly like my neighbor, Peter Parker,
What?
who I just talked to like 30 seconds ago.
What? That wasn't me. I mean, who's Peter?
What about my generous proposal? Are you in, or are you out?
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
Wrong answer.
Oh, crap.
You know, I was gonna throw these new unpredictable twirly boomerang blade things at him that he could totally avoid and dodge, but then I thought, nah, just vaporize him like I did all my previous enemies.
About that scene, I remember watching that in theaters and being like, ugh, his movement is not cool. Because the way he was kind of moving around had this sort of awkward appearance to it. And I thought, if he's supposed to be this very agile, nimble character, how come he's not doing like a butterfly twist or something cooler between the bombs and stuff like that? Why does it look all weird like he's doing dodgeball? And there was an explanation someone had told me at the time, but I didn't like it. And now you see Spider-Man, like in the bridge scene on No Way Home, the way he moves around is so much cooler. Like, I think the evolution of Spider-Man has been really nice in terms of his movement. I don't know how much of that is like stunt people and how much of that is just CGI.
It's probably both.
I think it's mocap. You're right. Both. And I just think it's evolved in a very good way.
Finish it! Finish it!
This reminds me of a long, boring story about the day Ben taught me How to defend myself. Maybe you should say your prayers.
It's time to choose, Spider-Man. Save your bouncy girlfriend who's been interested in at least 3 guys in this story alone. Or the innocent children who you've never seen before a day in your life. We are who we choose.
Nope. How about I just wet those hands there so you don't lose your grip? Save a little MJ.
I was gonna drop those.
A little more webs for safety. And now, let's get that pesky mask off. Mr. Osborn?
Yeah, it's me.
Well, that explains Thanksgiving.
But you're too late, Spider-Man. Since you won't join me, I'm gonna make you and your loved ones suffer. So if you just unweb me, that'd be a huge help.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so good for me. Let's just stay here till the police arrive.
You'll never win, Spider-Man!
I think I already have.
Oh, really? Did you know he's Peter Parker?
Dude!
What?
Not cool!
Oopsie! Now she knows.
I'm sorry, MJ. I wanted to tell you, but my uncle made this whole speech about responsibility.
You're a great kisser.
Oh, thanks. So are you.
Both of you shut up. Now stand real still while I tell you more things you might be interested in hearing.
Why? So you can sneak that glider up behind me?
Pay no attention to the spiky glider behind you.
What are you gonna do with that? Ram me?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That looks painful. Even if I don't jump out of the way, which I will, wouldn't this plan also kill you in the process? You're right in the path, man.
Stop trying to talk your way out of this, Spider-Man.
Almost like being a villain and knowing my identity causes you to make deadly mistakes.
That's not gonna happen. Watch, I'll show you.
And leave.
Oh, no. Peter, don't tell Harry.
Oh, I'm gonna. What, am I gonna dress you so he doesn't see you in your suit? That's just weird. Plus, I think not telling Harry could cause real problems for me later.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but your dad was the Green Goblin. I'm also Spider-Man. And NJ loves me more than you.
This is a lot to take in, dude.
Spider-Man! Spider-Man! Peter chose to tell his friends. They would have found out over time. But not tell MJ? She's way too fine. Oh, tell him the truth. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Oh, John Bailey. Oh, he must have played Osborn.
Have an unfortunate accident if they know Peter Parker's identity. Oh no, I did something bad. Now I fell out of a window because I saw Peter Parker's face. I'm Spider-Man, y'all.
You've taken your eye off the ball. Avenge me!
No, thank you. I don't think I will.
You are so fired.
You can't fire me. You're dead. Ha ha.
He did in this video what he has traditionally done, which is shown a glaring plot hole, but not only that, he shows a correction. The notion that he could have just stopped Green Goblin right there on the bridge by holding his hand there, I'm like, oh my god, that is such an obvious thing.
Yeah.
Because he's got the spider senses and all that, it's like that would have been the optimal move in that moment to be efficient, you know, and make sure everybody's okay.
Just like, stop it right there. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I never thought about it that way. Yeah, that makes sense. And then he just kind of called it out at the end. He's like, well, so you're going to sneak that glider up behind me and I'm just going to jump out of the way and you're going to die. And it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that happened.
You know, when I watched the film the first time, I was thinking about that. I remember having this weird thought of like, okay, so who's he gonna choose? And then he just does both. There's no sacrifice. There was no sacrifice in that moment because it's like, okay, either MJ dies or the kids die. It's almost like the writer, in a way, sort of copped out by not having to kill either one of them. It's just Spider-Man's that dope. He's just that good. He saves both. Ka-cha. Or thwip whip. If he had attached Osborn to the bridge like that with the spider web, then I guess it sort of makes sense of that moment more because it felt a little bit cheap that he was able to save both of them.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like in, I forget which Batman it was, Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, the Dark Knight. He had to save Rachel or he had to save Two-Face, Harvey Dent. He wanted to save Rachel.
But he ended up saving Harvey Dent. Yeah,
right.
But he actually lost.
He lost one of them, yeah.
He lost one of them.
And that informed the story. In a very strong way, and I think that could have happened here. I don't know. I do wonder what Sam Raimi would have done differently if he could go back and do the film again. Not that...
You can't kill MJ, though.
Why not?
And you can't kill children
Killed
because...
Gwen. You killed Gwen.
Well, that's Gwen. I think people would have been really mad if he'd killed off MJ in the first movie.
I think people would have lost their shit, but that would have been great. Like, oh my God. Kill off MJ. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
No way.
He killed MJ.
No, I'm not watching another 2 Spider-Man movies. I can't believe you killed MJ.
I can't believe he did that.
Yeah.
That would have left him with tremendous guilt, and that would have informed what his character deals with and how lonely he is, you know?
He just lost his uncle.
Uncle! Yes, he lost his uncle.
Yeah.
That was a Jackie Chan reference to Rumble in the Bronx, by the way. Uncle!
He already lost one important person to him. Why should he have to lose
Then lose the
MJ
kids.
as well?
He doesn't know the kids.
No, you can't lose the children. This isn't a Korean movie.
Hey, yeah.
The children don't die in American movies.
All right, we've beat this horse to death. I think one of my favorite moments was with Aunt May. Just the animation at the very beginning when she's squeaking out. Like, oh no!
I've got machine guns.
Yeah, it was animated in a. I thought it was just animated funny, but I'm sure that was on purpose. What do you call the pumpkin balls that he throws?
Pumpkin bomb?
A pumpkin bomb, thank you.
Yeah.
The fact that it didn't detonate right under him was interesting. I don't remember exactly what those pumpkin bombs did in the movie. For some reason, I remember it having like blades coming out of it.
Well, that's what he was saying. He was saying, because like for every other person that he killed, they were just vaporized. But then the one that he threw at Peter Parker had blades in it. And like he was telling the villains, he was like, oh yeah, so I was gonna throw this other one which had blades in it, and I thought, oh well, he can probably just kind of jump over those really easily.
The thing is, with these villains that are, I would say, akin to the Joker, in my mind, the reason why you use these particular weapons is because it's almost like toying with your food. You don't want to kill it. Joker doesn't want to kill Batman. He likes messing with Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt like it was sort of the same dynamic here. Although he did try to execute him with his glider.
Yeah.
Straight up. And ended up killing himself.
Yeah. And he's not afraid to go after his loved ones either.
But it is kind of curious. It's like, okay, so what was your plan exactly? Because the thing is going to come at Peter from behind. But if it goes through Peter, it will end up in you unless you have a way to like dampen the inertia or whatever it's called. Like, so
it's
that
worth it to kill Peter. That's what it is.
It's a worthy sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's worthy to fall on this sword.
He wasn't thinking straight, which doesn't really make sense because he's a pretty smart guy, so.
All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon, all notifications. And pretty please vote this up to let YouTube know you enjoyed what you watched. I'm Jabby Kuwait. This is
Achara Cook.
Peace out.